We're recording. What up, everybody?
Welcome to Two Black Girls, One Rose,
where two black-ass girls invade the whitest show on earth, Bachelor in Paradise. I'm Natasha.
And I'm Justine.
And we just watched what we thought was the finale.
My eye is twitching right now at you saying that.
What the fuck? Like, I didn't know, not until maybe like 9:50, where I was like, wait, what is 9:50 already? Where are the engagements? And I was like, oh no, oh hell motherfucking no. They have this shit going on again next week.
I had my fingers crossed at 9:55. I was like, maybe they're just gonna rush it.
There's nothing called rushing in Bachelor Nation. It's only dragging shit out. That is all they know. Oh my god. So we thought it was the finale, guys, as we thought, as the world thought. And it was not. Finale part 1, I guess. Yeah, it's a lot going on. We're getting down to the wire here. What are your thoughts? Initial thoughts?
God. I feel like you've been saying we're getting down to the wire for probably the past 4 episodes.
It's been winding down for like 4 separate weeks. Like, can we like end this now? Let's go. Oh gosh.
Oh wow. Okay, the best thing to come out of tonight's episode Tuesday is that we got to see a full-blown love story with a minority cast member. Yay!
Who are we talking about?
Tayshia and JPJ. They at least like went through their love story. They did that whole montage. I feel like they really respected their relationship.
Yes, but I'm not celebrating because I feel like they did that because it's John Paul Jones and not because it's Tayshia.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's what makes me mad. Because they're pushing the John Paul Jones like character on
narrative,
us. Had Tayshia not been with him and it'd been somebody else, we might not have seen her this whole damn season. So
that is true.
But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm glad we saw her. So she got her love story or whatever that was.
Yeah, I was just glad to see a brown person have a full-blown love story. I was just really happy to see it. And then I tweeted this on Monday, but the men's vocabulary and verbal communication skills that are either lacking or literally not even fully developed seem to be a constant theme with the men who have lasted this whole time. I feel like with the last Bachelor in Paradise, we saw men who could verbalize their feelings a little bit better. And this time we're seeing a lot of men who are like, oh, what do you
can't put their words together.
Can't put their words together. I think they also don't want to seem like the bad guy. I feel like we're getting a lot of those.
Yes.
And that is the worst kind of guy, in my opinion. I'd rather you just be an asshole.
Yeah.
Right?
Just own up to your shit.
Just
like, don't, this wishy-washy lack of confidence, I want to be nice and end on a nice note with everybody just feels lame.
Yeah. And it's a lack of confidence and also a lack of self-awareness and awareness for other people's feelings around you, because you clearly don't give a shit about anybody else around you, and including and especially the people who you are in quote-unquote relationships with. You definitely don't give a fuck about them. So that, with the shits today. So that seems to be a theme amongst the men this season of BIP. And that's it. What about you?
I totally agree with that. I think these guys are struggling. Clay for sure. Chris is going through it. Dylan just whatever Hannah says, he just goes with. Like,
he's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, they all kind of they all struggle to kind of put their words together.
Except for John Paul Jones. John Paul Jones can express himself well. I will give him that. He can express himself well. He's clearly very well read. But these other ones, no. Connor, what?
Please. I don't even think Connor has a vocabulary.
No, don't say that. It's just the way he sounds.
Him and John Paul Jones sound almost exactly identical. like with their weird surfer, vocal, whatever. But Connor sounds like he has maybe a 300-word vocabulary.
No,
he doesn't know many words. He sounds dumb. I'm sorry. He just does.
I don't
find
think
a new voice.
I don't think he's
awful.
Dumb. He just used the wrong "your." I don't think he's dumb.
I didn't say he was dumb. I said he sounds dumb. I don't know about this boy's education. I'm sure he's a very bright young man. He just sounds dumb. He needs to find another voice.
No.
Oh, God. But anyways. My initial thoughts, I'm feeling kind of lukewarm on most of the couples. I feel like Paradise is supposed to be the franchise that, like, turns out, like, these strong, solid couples. But I'm feeling kind of iffy on most of them, if I'm being honest.
Pretty much, yeah, except for Demi and Christian.
Except for Demi and Christian. They're the most interesting to me at this point.
Yeah.
But even they have their issues.
Yeah.
Because Demi is really privately going through it. And that doesn't really bode well for a relationship. Christian said a very wise thing. Or something like, you can't be 100%. If you're not 100% in yourself, you can't be 100% with someone else. And Demi clearly is like going through her own kind of identity stuff. And I don't know, that's for a lasting relationship, that's going to be really tough and just put a lot of strain on their relationship. So love them. Don't know if I can call them like a solid Bachelor Nation or Bachelor in Paradise couple, you know?
Yeah.
Katie and Chris were doing well, and then they just started crumbling.
He was
scene
like,
by
actually,
scene.
you know what?
God. I mean, damn. I was trying to call them a solid couple, but then this episode, they just...
Oh, yes, I remember. I was like, there's something about him I don't like.
You said, yeah.
I was like, something I don't trust him.
I have some thoughts on Chris. We'll get to him. But yeah, they're the two, I would say maybe like strongest, semi, whatever. Well, Hannah and Dylan, but I just like don't.
That's preposterous. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. And then Clay and Nicole, I don't buy.
Oh my God.
One bit. I feel so bad for Nicole.
So bad for Nicole.
So clearly not that invested. You see in his mind that he's like stressed or like thinking, and I don't feel like it's over Nicole. I feel like he's trying to figure out when he leaves here, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like the stress behind his eyes is not even related to her. I feel like he's going through some personal life development. Yeah. Putting up his, like, setting out his next steps. I ain't got a job. Now that we know all that background shit, I feel like that is a lot of stress that's coming in. And he's trying to, like, balance that with, like, trying to be on this show and, like, pretend he's in love with Nicole. Like, I don't buy nothing coming out of Clay's mouth.
Selling. No.
Nothing he's selling at all. So I guess we'll see how that plays out in real life. And then my last thought is justice for Sydney.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm so mad that we had to watch her essentially get chosen over by old Matt Donald, and which she is way above him anyway. So the fact that she's in that predicament to be chosen, like you chose somebody else over her, is just stupid. But I say justice for Sydney because somehow lame ass Connor and some girl named Whitney that nobody knows got a whole fucking love story at the end of this show. Yeah. And we saw nothing for Sydney. No one brought for her that was of worth for her. She had a whole arc with Mike that we saw none of. And then we see her going home in an SUV over some...
Sobbing.
Sobbing over some lame ass dude. And then we see this whole make-believe orchestra producer manufactured love story of Connor and some random chick named Whitney. Are you serious? That whole thing was so wax me, and I was like, this is lame. I wanted to see Sydney fall in love, not Connor and Whitney.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it for my thoughts.
Okay. It's going to be a nice positive episode.
Nice and positive. You know, that's all we bring here, guys. Just pure positivity.
Is the positive side of this, though, and of, like, messy couples, is that it's going to be a good reunion.
Sure enough.
I'm excited for that reunion hour.
I am. Yeah, Dean and Caelynn, Christina and Blake's messy ass, and some other bitch from Stagecoach is gonna come floating out on behind the curtains like Clay and Nicole. That shit, I don't know what's gonna happen there, but probably ain't gonna be good. Yeah. So yeah, definitely excited for the reunion next week. But as always, before we get into the recap, we do have a very special announcement, guys. We are so hyped for this announcement.
Yes.
So hyped. So we are finally venturing into non-Bachelor content, as there will be a nice little gap between now, when Paradise ends, and The Bachelor, which doesn't come back until January. And, you know, there's no secret that Justine and I, we have a love-hate relationship with The Bachelor.
Yeah.
We talk very clearly about the blatant, disrespectful lack of diversity, the fairy tale formula that is just not working and is getting tired, the fact that the cast keeps getting younger and younger. Like, we have a very, you know, love-hate relationship with this franchise.
Yeah.
But there is another dating reality show out there, and one that we have talked about just a little bit on this podcast.
Yep.
And it's a show called Ready to Love.
Also, if you listen to us on 51 First Dates, we had that as our, like, top reality dating show.
Yes. So it's a show called Ready to Love. Season 1 aired last year on the OWN network. Shout out to Oprah. And it is coming back for season 2, which drops on October 5th. And we are going to be recapping it here on the podcast. As Justine said, on 51 First Dates, they asked us, like, you know, if you could design, like, your perfect reality show, like, what would it be? And we both said that there is a show out there called Ready to Love that would probably come close to, like, what we would say is, like, our most perfect dating reality show.
Yep.
The cast is all black, for one.
Yeah, right.
They might have some other flavors in there, but it's predominantly black, which is great because I'm tired of watching these white people fall in love. There's also just body diversity. There's girls who are thin. There's girls who are thicker. Yep. Like, very much a diverse looking, not even just race, but body, hair. It's just something you haven't seen ever on The Bachelor. That's for damn sure. Yeah. The cast ages range from 30 to 50.
And even the 50, that cap is loose.
Because they look kind of dusty. Some people look a little dusty. Good looking dusty, though. They're like 50, but they look fit.
Yes. A dusty snack, as Natasha says.
Dusty snacks, exactly. And I just love... It just feels so much more realistic and real. Like, when a 30-year-old woman is talking about finding love, or a 40-year-old man is talking about finding love, it feels genuine. Like, I'm not having to suspend reality as I watch the show. Like, I actually feel like they are really looking for love.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is great. And then another great component of the show is they date in real life.
Yes.
They're not... you know, sequestered off in a mansion. We actually watch these people who all live in Atlanta. The show takes place in Atlanta. All live in Atlanta, live their lives. They go to work. Then we watch them go on dates. We see them texting, calling each other.
Social media gets to play into it.
Social media is involved. It's just, it's a lot more organic and less produced than, you know, a lot of other shows out there.
A lot. And still interesting.
Still interesting. There's still drama. There's still girls fighting over the same guy.
There's still a trip.
Boys. There's still what?
A trip. Remember they took a trip?
Yes, there are trips. There's, like, dates in real, like, they went on, like, paint and sip. Like, you see actual legit real dates that, like, me and you and everyone in the real world goes on. Yeah. But yeah, they still have drama. Last season there was a guy named Aaron who was literally, like, the dean of the show. He was telling everyone that he was, like, they were his number one, and then they all, like, sat together and were like, wait, what? Like, the girls compared notes. He got his ass, like, chewed out. Yeah. It's just such a good show. It feels really fresh and relatable. And on our podcast in particular, where we preach up and down about representation, and like I've literally just said, I'm tired of watching white people fall in love. Like there's no hiding that.
Yeah.
It's just really refreshing to see a show that just feels very real, and it feels like you're watching like your girlfriends, or you're watching people go on dates that you could also go on. And it's, you don't have to suspend reality as you're watching it. It just feels like a real kind of 2019 dating show.
Yeah.
And yeah, so join us October 5th, season 2 premieres on OWN. We'll be recapping it each and every week. I highly suggest between now and then going and catching up on season 1.
Yes, which you can do without like a cable login on the OWN website.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could just go to own.com/ready to love or whatever, and you can just watch it. Like, you don't need any... Or you can do it on the OWN app, too.
Yeah, pull it up, guys. Go watch it. Go stream it.
You might have 5-6 commercials, but you could watch it.
But you can't watch it. So yeah, that'll take us right through to The Bachelor in January. But even leading up to October 5th, we do have some other fun plans. Next week is obviously the actual Paradise finale, so we'll be there recapping that. The week after that, we may be doing an interview with a special Bachelor Nation person, TBD on that. And then the following week, we will be doing the Ready to Love cast bios, a little top 10 action that we'll post out for you guys. So, yeah, we have some good stuff coming up. We will be here now through the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, no days off.
So, no days off. Stick with us. But it should be exciting. We're so hyped to like finally find the perfect show that works for us, that we love, that we're excited about, that we think you guys will also be excited about. It's still within the reality dating kind of like
theme. That's what I was going to say. Like, if you listen to this podcast, there's no reason why you wouldn't love this show.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to us and you have that same love-hate relationship with The Bachelor, you binge watch season 1. It'll be awesome. You'll see how great it is. And it's really just the perfect reality dating show setup that happens to feature Black people. Like, if this featured white people, I'd still watch it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's still good, but it just happens to have a diverse cast, which is awesome. So,
yeah. So yeah, go run along, go catch them on season 1, and then stick along with us for the ride, guys.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop. So yeah, we, as always, shout out to the Patreon crew. We love you guys. We love you guys. We don't want to leave you guys, hence why we are sticking around for you guys. As always, rate, review, and subscribe. You can hit us up on Twitter. We will be recapping. We'll be tweeting the reunion and the finale next week, and that's for sure. And then Ready to Love, of course, and probably some other mess in between. So hit us up on Twitter, the number 2 BLK Girls, the number 1 Rose.
And you can email us at the number 2 Black Girls, the number 1 Rose @gmail.com.
Yep. Find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, tag us in your story, let everybody know that we're going to be here recapping Ready to Love. Screenshot yourself catching up on the show. Tag us, let us know what you think. When you start seeing Aaron being a fuckboy like Dean, send us your thoughts.
Send us an email.
So curious. Yes.
Put it in the community board, send an email.
Yes. As you watch it, like, find the Dean, find the Caelynn, find the
Dylan,
the Annalise, like,
the Hannah.
The Hannah. Let us know who you think. Yeah. We're so curious. Send us an email. And yeah.
Hey guys, that's a little taste of this week's episode. If you want to hear the full recap,
head on over to patreon.com/2blackgirls1rose and sign up to get weekly recaps and other Bachelor content from us.
See you next week.